Ladies and gents, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and this is Transport Fever. Man, I am really excited for this game. It's brand new. It's being released very shortly indeed, and it is the follow-up to Train Fever. Except rather than dealing only with trains, this is the sequel, and therefore it deals with all forms of transport, including aeroplanes and boats and buses and trams and even still the famous train. I've done the tutorial, or I did a bit of the tutorial, and then I got bored, and then I realized that all of the systems in place in this game are exactly the same as the systems in place in the last game. Now, the campaign, I'm not particularly interested in. I am interested in doing a free game because that's, you know, the way that I like to play these sorts of games. Yes, we're gonna play on maybe medium difficulty, yeah, and let's put the start year at 1850. I think that seems quite reasonable. A seed. Oh, we get to put in a custom seed. Let's put in the orbital potato seed then. All right, I guess we'll see if this is actually a decent seed. All right, let's go and start. Let's go and load it up. And let's go and exactly see. We are going to be playing on Europe, by the way. We're not going to be using the USA scenario pack. That's not really tickling my fancy right now. I'm gonna, you know, just keep it classic. Keep it nice and chill. Keep it classic with Europe. I did really enjoy playing the Scandinavian DLC. It was a little bit immersion breaking about the fact that none of the towns were named even remotely Scandinavian. Like they were all based off like an English town name, so to speak. But you know what? It was a good series. I really enjoyed that. It was great fun to do, and I had a great time. And fingers crossed, we're gonna have an even better time in what looks to be a very promising sequel. As I say, I've done the tutorial. I know pretty much what's going on, but other than that, there's a lot of exploration to be done. That is for sure. I want planes. I want me some planes. If you know anything about me, you know that I do love my planes. Why is it taking such a goddamn long time to load up into this game? And also, where the hell is the music gone? Wait, has it just stopped? Has music just stopped? Like, just straight up? Is that it done? Jesus, what a... that's pretty dumb. Alright, well at least it's loading at a decent pace now. Come on, like this is taking the piss a little bit over here. Like people who are watching this have got lives to lead. They've got jobs to go to. They've got kids to feed. For fuck's sake, Jesus Christ. I suppose it does have to generate an entirely new world. Although I'd rather not, you know, spend that entire time just looking at one static image without any music. And it's not even a particularly great image either. Like, it could be the front of the plane. There's a fucking novel idea. Rather than the rear end of the plane. Not like it really matters that much, but hey-ho. Alright. Blank screen. Not much we can do with that. But, you know, I guess a blank canvas is always the greatest opportunity. I'm waiting. Come on. Come on, we're 4 minutes into the video. We haven't even shown off any gameplay yet. Really? Seriously? Oh, come on. Oh, I hear music. Music started. Oh, thanks, sweet baby Jesus. Now, it is a large map, and that may well be part of the problem. Alright, I'm just zooming in because that sorts the caching, and that means that I can actually scroll smoothly. Alright, how big is this world? Okay, this world is positively ginormous. Oh, fuck me, that's a big world. All right, we got a lot of space to play around with, I guess. We've got a lot of industries here, which is really cool. As you can see, all of these industries are now marked with like label things, which show you what they become. Like iron and coal become steel and purple slug, of course. Just like orange block, steel, and purple slug become water tap and bending over man backwards. You know, I don't fucking know what's going on. What do we want to do? What do we want to do as our first service? I think probably, first of all, we want to pause things, right? Like, fuck, does spacebar not work as a pause? Alright, well, that's kind of shitty just to start things off. Alright, what do we want to do? What do we have access to? We've got access to some track. We've got access to some road. We've got access to some stations and stuff. Some bus stations, I imagine. Bus tram stop. Yeah, that sort of stuff. And we've also got access to boats. Now, I like me some boats, and I really, really, really want to get used to trying some boats out. So I think we're probably going to do that for starters. If you haven't seen this game before, like if you've no idea what to actually expect, then you are in for a treat. You are in for a treat. It's a good game. Okay, this does not look like it's going to be possible. That's fine. Okay, so let's place some docks and see if we can actually set up some form of route. You gonna do me dirty like this, really? Alright, so that will work. Alright, let's get a dock down. I've only like roughly experimented with docks, and that was for like 2 seconds. Alright. There we go. Something like that. A nice little curvy road. There's a little bit of a bump there, as in like over here, but that's part of the environmental aesthetic that we're going for. Alright, so this is a fairly small terminal. It looks kind of shitty, but you know, the view that the passengers must have, right? Like, what a fucking view. Like, that's, you know, you just can't get a view like that. You know, on a nice hot day, you can sit under this thing that we're clipping through, the roof. That's what it's called, believe it or not. You can look out at those mountains with the lovely hills on them, with lovely trees on them. That's what I meant to say. We also want to sort of get a corresponding bus route set up so that we can get people collected around here and sent over to this area. You know, bus, tram, whatever, who gives a shit anyway. And I guess we can just have a system of boats that goes from Frodsham to Bromley. That seems completely reasonable to me. Absolutely 100% reasonable. Do we want to get it, as in when I say it, do we want to get the harbor over here? Like, that seems fair enough, to be honest. Now, there is a slight problem here. And the slight problem is that this bridge right over yonder, and is there a bridge up here as well? No, well, there is, but we're not going to go under it. This bridge over yonder is presenting a problem for us, because there's no way ever that a boat is going to get under there. And what I can actually do is I can actually build a depot to show you exactly what a boat depot is going to look like. Let's just rotate you around, and we'll stick you there. We'll give you a nice little dirt path or whatever, small country road. Sure, link it all up. That works perfectly. Oh, upgrade. Can we upgrade the boathouse? Apparently not. Interesting test. All right, let's get a boat. Let's buy a boat. Let's just buy a passenger ship. So we've got one cargo ship, one passenger ship. Let's get one passenger ship for now. Start things off. And we'll give it a line. We'll give it a line. This is the Frodsham to Bromley experimental line. Okay, we'll call it the experimental line. God damn it. Experimental. Probable sinking. Oh shit. Alright, we'll call it the sinking line, because it's undoubtedly gonna sink. Like, these boats are made in like the 1950s. Like, fuck me, the year is 1950. We're gonna be rolling across what looks like fucking, you know, the Pacific Ocean. A fucking huge body of water in what will probably be a really shitty boat. Alright, add that station. Add this station. I think you can begin to see exactly how unbelievably similar this game is to the last one. functionally almost identical. Almost identical. All right, let's get you to go on the sinking line. And we'll resume. All right. There we go. There we have it. We've got it. It's beautiful. Anyway, it might not look it, but there's no chance in hell that this thing is going to be able to get underneath. I can categorically assure you that there is no way that this thing is going to get under there. So we're going to have to amend the road. Now, that's not a big deal, right? That is not a big deal at all. Because in this game, rather than forcing you to, you know, make your own little, like, workaround route, it still kind of forces you to do that. But at the same time, it allows us the opportunity to build a bridge that's higher than we would previously have been allowed. Now, that's going to collide with the terrain a little bit, so we might have to just bring it back a smidgen. And this might end up being a little bit of an expensive venture, but you know what? Probably worth it. Something like this. As you can see, like, there's the waterway, which is indicated by the green squares, which is where the boats can go, and the yellow squares where the boats can't go. Whereas if we raise it above a certain height, then it no longer becomes an issue. And at that point, it no longer becomes an issue. Let's get this aesthetic to sort of fit in with the classical country road style. Let's get rid of that. I do wonder about the landscaping tools, actually. Landscaping was never a strong suit, as everyone is probably aware. Like, I'm not hiding from that fact, but not very good at it. All right. It looks like the land creation tools are just as shit as they were in the first game. Great. Perfect. Just what I asked for. I asked for a sequel with shitty stuff. All right, well that's at least one thing. You're going to be steaming across the Pacific Ocean, which is, it's going to take you a while, like, let's be honest. It's going to take you fucking ages. All right, last things last. Last things last. Well, I say last things last. It's not really last things last, but we're going to need to set up a... Ooh, stop going on there. We're going to need to set up a system that delivers people from around town, and if we have a little look at the overlay of the map, we can see that there's commercial, residential, industrial. We want some buses, right? We want residential to commercial and industrial, and then we also want, like, down to this area here. Obviously, the boat station. So we want to try and set that the route up right now, actually. Bus stop will get here. Oh, first bus stop, an achievement. That's grand. And here. Yeah, okay, so that's 3 bus stops. Like, that's not too bad. That's something to start with. Road depot. Sure, let's start with a road depot. Yeah, maybe something like that. That works for me. It's not exactly the cheapest, but hey-ho. Let's buy a road vehicle. We're gonna want just the passenger vehicle, thanks. And we need to set the line, new line. Let's go about adding some stations. Oh, these are still a pain in the ass to click, are they? Turns out that not much changes, you know? Not much changes. Alright, that's pretty darn good. Alright. We're gonna call this line Boatly. What? Oh, for fuck's sake. Boatly. Why? Because it's the boat delivery sort of route, and boat and delivery sort of, in my mind, seem to go together quite well, but when it actually comes out and you say it, it just sounds less good and more shit, if that makes sense. So there we go. All right, where's the bus? Where's the bus? It must be out in the streets, right? There we go. I say bus. Bus is a very loose term for exactly what is going on here, because that's definitely not what is going on here. This is just a simple horse and carriage that's just costing me daily money. And as we know, fucking bus services never ever ever make you money in these sorts of games. Bus services are always the thing that the shitty players do, you know? Have we got any people waiting yet? Nobody waiting. I mean, I wouldn't expect anybody to be waiting, but I would dearly love it. I would dearly, dearly, dearly love it. Well, alas, there is no one here for us to unfortunately harass and annoy, but hey-ho, that's fine. I mean, we ended up spending a little bit of money on that. Spent a lot of money on stations to build some boats, which may or may not still be chugging across the Pacific Ocean. Oh, no. Oh. First bus arrived. Fantastic. Yeah, so there's capacity for 50 passengers on this boat, but I don't actually know how many people give a shit about traveling between these two places, between Bromley and Frodsham. Like, do anybody care? Does anybody care? Does anybody want to travel by boat? I mean, you could probably fucking walk quicker. I mean, that's a complete exaggeration, obviously, but you really could walk at a little bit of a slower pace. There's still 0 out of 4 passengers over there. That's fine. Really? No passengers? That's kind of weird. No passengers here either. That perplexes me most crazily. Yeah, I don't understand that. We maybe wanted to base ourselves in a bigger city, although in saying that, we don't need to base ourselves in any bigger of a city because we can just build wherever the fuck we want to. Like, that's one of the great freedoms. That's one of the great freedoms behind this game, and I am looking forward to exploring it. I'm going to end the episode here, a little bit of a shorter episode than what I plan to do for the majority of the series, but unfortunately, I need to end the episode now. So, ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching. This has been Transport Fever. Hopefully you'll tune in next time for some more. I'm really, really excited to see where the hell this thing goes. I mean, if it was anything like the last playthrough, it's going to be an absolute whale of a time. So, if you've enjoyed it, you want to see more, then absolutely hit the like button, and yeah, we'll be doing more, for sure. Until next time, folks, bye.